So you're thinking about buying the Celestron PowerSeeker 80EQ telescope. You want to see the rings of Saturn for yourself. You dream of Jupiter's moons, and you're ready for a real telescope, not a toy. You've probably seen the great reviews. That's exactly why you're here, and that's the promise of this video. I'm going to show you everything this scope can do. But here's what surprised me most after testing it for weeks. The very things that make it tempting could also make you regret the purchase. Therefore, this isn't just another review, it's the reality check you need before spending your money. For the best price, click the link in the description. /n/n. Let's start with the big picture, literally. Unboxing the PowerSeeker 80EQ feels serious. It's got a proper equatorial mount, a tripod, optical tubes, the works. You feel like an astronomer assembling it, but there is a learning curve here, a steep one. Therefore, if you think this is a point-and-see device, you're in for a shock. I will walk you through the real setup struggle, and that's the first loop I'm opening. Will the promise of the stars be overshadowed by the frustration of the stand? We'll get there. /n/n. The core of any telescope is its optics, and the Celestron 80EQ boasts an 80 aperture and a 900 focal length. That's a lot of numbers, but here's the translation. It gathers enough light to show you some incredible celestial sights. Therefore, when the optics are good, they are genuinely good for the price. You can see the cloud bands on Jupiter, the rings of Saturn as tiny, distinct ears, and the moon becomes a breathtaking landscape. And this is a huge but, the quality you see is entirely dependent on two cheap components that come in the box. Cue the suspense. Are those components the key to unlocking the universe or locking it away? /n/n. Let's talk about the eyepieces. You get two, a 20mm and a form. The 20mm is your workhorse, giving you 45x magnification. It's fine. The form, however, is the villain of this story. It's supposed to deliver a massive 225x power, but using it is like trying to read a road sign during an earthquake. The image is hopelessly shaky and fuzzy. Therefore, that dream of high-power views crumbles with this one plastic eyepiece. It's a joke, but not the funny kind. Speaking of jokes, setting up the mount the first time felt like I was building furniture from a company that also makes abstract art. The instructions were the abstract art. /n/n. The mount. The equatorial mount is the most intimidating part for beginners. It has counterweights and latitude scales and slow-motion cables. It looks professional. But here's the contrarian snapback. For its price, it's also notoriously wobbly. A slight touch makes the image vibrate for seconds. Therefore, achieving a crisp view, especially at higher magnitudes you might buy later, becomes a game of patience. You're not just stargazing, you're waiting for the vibrations to stop. This leads us to the tripod, which is light and hollow. It's like putting a powerful engine on a go-kart frame. So does this mean the whole experience is ruined? /n/n. Not necessarily. This is where strategy comes in. The secret is that the Celestron PowerSeeker 80EQ is not a complete product. It's a solid optical tube in desperate need of a few upgrades. Therefore, your satisfaction depends entirely on your willingness to spend a bit more. I'm talking about a simple $30 investment. Can a small amount of extra money really transform this frustrating scope into a gateway to the cosmos? I'm opening that loop right now. The answer changes everything. /n/n. The single best upgrade you can make is ditching the stock eyepieces. Getting a decent 6x9 gold line eyepiece, easily found online, will revolutionize your views. Suddenly, those planetary details become stable and clear, but you still have the wobbly mount to contend with. Therefore, trick number 2, weigh it down. Hang a gallon jug of water or a bag of sand from the center hook of the tripod. The added mass kills vibrations. It's a night and day difference. So for under $50, you've essentially fixed the two biggest flaws. That's the hidden truth of this telescope. /n/n. Let's take a step back and ask who this is actually for. If you want a telescope you can take out of the box and use perfectly in 5 minutes, this is not it. However, if you are a determined beginner who sees the setup as part of the hobby, a puzzle to solve, then this scope teaches you invaluable lessons. You learn how an equatorial mount tracks stars, you learn why eyepiece quality matters, and you appreciate the upgrades. Therefore, it's a fantastic teaching tool. But is it worth the initial headache? Joke number 2. The mount's slow-motion cables are so sensitive. I think they're actually powered by the nervous energy of a first-time user. \n now. Let's deep dive into what you can actually see. On a clear, dark night, the 80mm lens pulls in a surprising amount. The Orion Nebula is a visible, fuzzy patch. The moon's craters along the Terminator line are spectacular. The Pleiades star cluster fits beautifully in the view. But remember, you're not getting Hubble images. Planets are small, even at best. Therefore, managing expectations is key. You are seeing these objects with your own eyes, light years away, and that feeling is what the PowerSeeker 80EQ at its core delivers brilliantly. It provides the wow moment that hooks people for life. \n the finder scope, a little red dot device, is another point of contention. It helps you aim the telescope, but aligning it is a fiddly process that can test your sanity. Therefore, many experienced users recommend replacing it with a better finder almost immediately. See the pattern. Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. This brings me to my third joke. The included accessory tray has such a flimsy latch. I'm convinced its true astronomical purpose is to simulate the fragility of a neutron star, collapse at the slightest pressure. \n let's talk about portability. The tripod is light, the tube breaks down. You can move it, but the equatorial mount head is bulky and awkward. Therefore, taking this to a dark sky site isn't as easy as a simpler tabletop scope. It's a backyard instrument. So what's the final verdict? Is it a scam? A steal? The resolution is more nuanced. The Celestron PowerSeeker 80EQ is a telescope of compromises. It gives you serious optics on a shaky foundation. But that foundation can be stabilized. \n my final assessment hinges on this question. Are you a tinkerer? If the idea of tweaking, waiting, and buying a better eyepiece sounds like fun, you'll get incredible value. The optical tube itself is worthy. However, if you want a seamless, ready-to-go experience, you will be disappointed and likely give up. Therefore, the path forks here. And this is the ultimate contrarian snapback. This wildly popular beginner scope isn't really for complete beginners. It's for beginners who are also budding enthusiasts, ready to get their hands dirty. \n before we wrap up, one more crucial tip. Collimation. That's aligning the mirrors inside. The PowerSeeker has a spherical mirror, which is more forgiving, but it can still go out of alignment during shipping. Checking it is simple with a star test. If you see blurry stars even with good focus, you might need to tweak it. But don't be scared. Plenty of YouTube guides exist. Therefore, even maintenance becomes a learning step. This scope forces you to learn for better or worse. \n to recap the journey. The hook was the surprise of hidden flaws. The deep dive revealed the shaky mount and terrible eyepieces. The resolution. Those flaws are fixable with minimal investment and effort. The Celestron PowerSeeker 80EQ is not a finished product, but a project. A project that, when completed, offers genuine astronomical views. It's the telescope equivalent of a fixer-upper house. You get great bones at a low price, but you must be willing to put in the work. Joke 4. Using the form eyepiece that comes with it is so bad, I think it's actually designed to view hypothetical planets made entirely of vibrating jelly. \n so, should you buy it? If you're nodding along to the project idea, yes. You'll learn, you'll upgrade, and you'll see the rings of Saturn. That moment makes it all worthwhile. But if you just want to look up without a manual, save up for something simpler like a good Dobsonian. Therefore, the final choice is yours. You now have the full, honest picture. You know the struggles and the solutions. And if you've decided the Celestron PowerSeeker 80EQ is your project scope, you can find the best current price on Amazon by clicking the link in the description below. Thanks for watching in clear skies.